morning, this is Rolf from Tesla Owners US, and we are on the biggest trip ever with this car now, with the Model Y. That is the ultimate check. We are going from Gulf to Gulf, on an almost Gulf of California to Gulf to Mexico. And we're gonna do that in 3 days. They're gonna show you the map here, and they're gonna inform you at every step when we are arriving and leaving on a certain location and what I do. And this will be an awesome trip, and the next comes after the intro.
Hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. Oh, the good times just begun. We know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life.
The first thing what happened to me is detour. So we have to leave the highway. I cannot drive the usual way, and we have to bypass the highway going to a detour and then driving back on 202 on the new highway because there's a construction. That's what we're gonna do now, and we are up for a trip, and I'll tell you more when I'm on the highway,
in 1,000 feet,
because this will be
and take the second exit.
the ultimate phantom breaker check. 2,200 miles across America. Let's count how many times the phantom brake kicks
Now
in.
enter the roundabout and
So here we are back on the highway, about a 10 miles detour. So I was thinking I drive Interstate 10 all the way through, across, and just in the first mile I get a detour because there's a construction zone there. Yeah, this long trip, and I can remember there was supposed to be 2016, a car should drive from Los Angeles to New York completely on itself, without any human intervention, including the charging. And now we are here 2022. Elon has already 2 more kids. That was probably easier than to do full self-driving. This will be the ultimate test for Phantom Breaker. Let's see of the car. The car's name is Full Safe Phantom Breaker. If he makes the honor to his car, and how many times on the whole trip from Arizona to Florida, from Phoenix to Tampa, the car does phantom braking. I will count them on every day, and we do a counter on the way towards and on the way back. Now, phantom braking, it's not basically reducing the speed, but it's really when the car starts braking unexpectedly without any cause. And that's what we're gonna count on the whole tour. How many times does that happen? And instead of completely drive for itself without human intervention. Let's find out. We started just shortly after 6 o'clock in the morning, so the sun is shining in my face. We are on the first step. We are bypassing Phoenix on 202, and we are on the first step to going towards Tucson. Tucson is our first stop. That's a 250 kilowatt supercharger, pretty new. I just charged there before, and that will be a quick charge. We should arrive there currently with 16%. Might be a little bit less, that's okay, but this is my intention, to arrive there with about 15%, and if I'm consuming a little bit more, then it's 10%. So, a nice desert trip, and I think the desert will not leave us for a while. So here comes the first problem. So we are driving on Interstate I-10 between Phoenix and Tucson, and that's usually 75. So my speed is always plus 10. and it does not allow me on auto steer, on autopilot, to drive more than 80. That was in the past different, so I could drive up to 90 on autopilot. So I think in Germany you can drive 150, which is close to 90. And that's not here, it's 80 is the maximum on autopilot and only allows me 5 over speed limit. So I tried to enforce it driving faster, and then it comes that sign to keep the hands on the steering wheel, what I did, and then I said, oh, for the rest of the drive you cannot use auto steer anymore. So autopilot is off until Tucson, and I'm driving on basically cruise with this one tip down, and you know, that's easy as well, but I'm driving my 85 now. So that's the difference. And let's keep going. Look at the nice air balloons here. Here we go, first supercharger in Tucson. Actually, this is one I had to include in the stops because Better Route Planner wanted to send me this way, and Tesla navigation system wanted to send me to the one in South Rita Road, but I didn't agree to that one. This one is a better one because it's a faster one, and that's what I'm gonna use. And it's a 250 kilowatt. So let's start and do a little check or get some food. Super quick chopping and just can continue the trip according to Better Route Planner. That's what I'm gonna do. And disconnect. Here we go. Yeah, after that charging stop, I am back on autopilot. That was the first stop here in Tucson, and we keep going, just a little shopping. What we did there, I need some food for the night, and running over some boards now. Hope that didn't damage any tires. Someone lost some boards. So now keep going. Next stop is Wilcox, which is, let me see, 9:42. I should arrive there, 89 miles. So I charged exactly maybe 2% more than what a Better Route Planner recommended, and now I keep going for Wilcox, going through Tucson now, and being the next step there. I'm gonna have a breakfast break there. That is Tucson and Tucson downtown. Tucson is the second biggest city in Arizona, about 500,000 inhabitants there. Unless there are students there, there are probably more. And yeah, that was capital before from Arizona, but not now. And a little bit impression, there are some high rises there, but usually it's pretty flat. Here in the background there is Mount Lemmon. We did a tour there before. You have to look at all of my tours there. And in winter time it's a nice area for hiking and for camping here. Temperatures in the day are very comfortable in the winter time. Summer is pretty hot. Yeah, that's what it is. Autopilot is restricted to 80. I can turn the wheel up and it's not going much more. So you can see it, autopilot is speed restricted to 80. that was different in my Model X. I had it up to 90, and I will be a road hazard in Texas because there are portions on the Logan Straits in Texas which are 85. So probably they were gonna be shout at me and or yell at me when I'm driving slower than the speed limit is. And but I would like to check that autopilot, how it behaves on the long trip. And that's what we're gonna do. Now we are outside of Tucson and not much to see, just a lot of highway, and temperature is getting warmer now. It's about 20 Celsius, 68. Yeah, that's how it is. Here we go. Wilcox Supercharger directly at the Holiday Inn Express. So let's plug it in. And let's start. 20 minutes and then we keep continuing. Let's have a breakfast now. Wow, that was a short break, and it says also now 72%, enough to continue a trip, and that's what we're going to do. We continue the trip. Let's disconnect it. From that perspective, I have to say that charging was fast, because now I'm on optimized charging and optimized speed, and actually Tesla said exactly you can continue your trip at 71%, and that was the same what Better Route Planner said. And currently it runs good. Traffic is not heavy, it's pretty light, and we are going through Arizona desert here. Next one is Deming in New Mexico, but I want to go and show you another location. It is called Bowie. So it's not David Bowie, but it's called Bowie, like David Bowie, and that's my favorite location here now in Arizona. So, and yeah, I will show you that little town actually by passing by, and I'm also try to get pictures of when we are passing the border from Arizona to New Mexico. Oh, by the way, there is Safford. Arizona is a copper state, and Safford, there is a mining site from Freeport McMoran, originally Phelps Dodge, and they have an open pit mine here in Safford. There's not much copper in there, but it's favorable enough in order to get copper. Oh guys, we are already in New Mexico. That's exit 15, because the exit starts counting from west to east and counts up the numbers, and we passed the border to New Mexico. And now we have to pass an oversized load. Let's see if we can pass it. There's a truck in front of me. And we have only one stop in New Mexico, in Deming, New Mexico. And then we will be going to Texas. Here's that oversized load. What are they carrying? A house? Maybe. I'm gonna slowly pass that. Let's see how my autopilot is doing with that oversized load. It's doing good. Okay, I can drive a little faster now. long stretches of New Mexico, and we can drive only 65 here now, 55. It does not reduce the speed. Do you see that? 65 still showing. This sign was too high for the Tesla to recognize. So maybe I can get it on a different level. Here comes another 55. Let's see if we can recognize this one. That should be on the right level. Let's find out. Here's 55. Yes, it's 55, but it doesn't reduce the speed, so I have to reduce the speed. And it's 45. Recognize that as well. I have to go down from the speed. It does not reduce the speed automatically on the highway. Yeah, those are the places where the police likes to stay and try to get you here. But the landscape is breathtaking. Don't get stuck there. This is actually where that television series is being. You see? Did you see that? There was police. They like to be there. Yeah, they like to get you in those areas there. There's nobody working here. There's nobody doing any construction here. We just put some pylons up here or some of those drums up there. Nobody cares about. Yeah. It's a little town here on a wait station. Still 55 construction zone, and nobody working here, nobody constructing anything. We probably should drive slowly because we should enjoy that turning bad landscape here. And let's hope to drive a little bit faster soon. This is Lordsburg in New Mexico. Oh, there was a sign there, speed controlled by air, and good that we have in the Model Y such a good glass roof, but I don't see any airplane here, so maybe not. Here we go, Silver City Hatch. Yes, very close, 1.6 miles, and we have to exit to 82A. To the next supercharger. Let's go! Supercharger in Deming. That is the Valero supercharger in New Mexico, where there's a gas station at the same time. Those poor guys, they have to fill up with those expensive gas. Oh, by the way, let's check how expensive the gas is. What are they paying for gas? What are you guys paying for gas here? Oh, you don't speak English? Oh, man. Let's see how the price is. $4, $4.39, $4.59, $4.99 diesel. That's expensive. Wow, that was a quick stop. So I only was supposed to load there from 15 to 51%, and I loaded up to 63%. Means, and I had more than 20% left. I just went in the shop there, looked at some stuff, and used the bathroom, and then keep going. I just got an ice cream. It was way too sweet. Actually, that ice cream there, just a little snack, and then keep going. Next stop is El Paso. These are the copper sheets I'm talking about. This comes from one of the mines in Arizona. Can you remember? Is that the same guy we passed in Tucson? Maybe it is. Yeah, in front of us, Las Cruces, die Kreuze, the crosses. I think it's more the crossings or an intersection here. And we're turning south towards El Paso. It's gonna be about there. So it's another 37 miles to El Paso. It's always a great view from here. We are close before Texas. There's already the sign on the opposite side, welcome to New Mexico. But here, Texas should start. Let's see where if we get a sign, welcome to Texas. I think it is at the bridge there. There's a sign from New Mexico. Yeah, it's probably goodbye New Mexico. Yeah. Land of Enchantment, goodbye New Mexico. Here we go! At the Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue. Okay, 1B. That is where we want to be. And I think 150 kilowatt charger. Let me check that. The 1A is not being used. Okay, I guess it's gonna be about 20 minutes or so. We have to stay here. Let's see what we can do. 5 minutes for a personal break or 10 minutes. And then we have another 5 minutes to continue our trip. We already have 61%. We just need 10% more to continue our trip for our last supercharger stop. There should be something here. There is Rudy's, Carl's Jr., Wing Steady, Jack in a Box, or junk food, and there are 2 hotels. There's a Holiday Inn Express and there's a Hampton Inn here. And I think there's a mall on the other side. That's what all you can do here, but I don't want to stay here much longer as I needed to, and then keep continuing trip. So another 9% left and then we're going. Alright, this is El Paso, and on the other side in the back is Juarez. That's already Mexico. So the mountains they're seeing in the back is already Mexico. It's a little bit congested here now because it's probably starting for Saturday. It's probably always congested because it cannot be rush hour. But that's El Paso. There's also a downtown here. That's more the beginning than north of it. Basically, this is downtown El Paso. Right, so here is also the exit for downtown. So we are driving here alongside the border. So when you go looking a little bit in the valley there in the far, then a little bit further after that there's already Mexico. So we're going a couple of miles now alongside the border, going southeast. Here it is, the piece of Texas where the speed limit is 80. And I can show you a sign for that, but it was recognized. And the max speed is 80, and you can't turn it any higher. You can only maximum drive 80 and nothing higher. I'm driving exactly speed limit now. Get a short, very small phantom brake, and then I'm keep going. But I really can't go any further unless I turn autopilot off. Maybe I do that. We just passed the state trooper. I was driving a little bit on the 90 range, now reducing back to 80 because that's max speed here. And there is gonna be a speed trap pretty soon. Let's see if we find them. In the speed trap, there's a little corner here. Let's see if he reduces in that corner. Probably not. No. It said speed limit 70 in the corner. It's not, it does not reduce the speed. Well, that's okay. It's low center of gravity here. So, yeah, wait for the speed trap and see if we can find them. And then I can put them in. Should be a speed trap here coming soon. Could be also on the other side, but at least there are two within a couple of miles. Here was no speed check, and there should be another one coming soon. Maybe on the right side. So maybe that was the state trooper. There are some guys behind me. There's a Mercedes behind me here, and yeah. Let's see. The truck is passing here, and everybody is waiting for the truck passing. It's just barely passing. And I don't know if behind that Mercedes there's a state trooper. We find out. We are coming to the Sierra Blanca here in west of Texas. And still trucks blocking me. There's a train on the other side there. That's even slower. Sierra Blanca, the White Sierra.
Take exit 138 on the right toward Interstate 10 Business.
Yes, last supercharger in Van Horn, Texas for today. And then we got a quick 20-minute stop, and then we can continue for our final destination where we overnight. First thing, plug in. It's a lonely hotel here in Van Horn at the Hampton Inn. And that looks like a big cable, means 150 kilowatt charger. Okay, let's go. Last 20 minutes. That was way too quick, so I just went in the hotel, grabbed a coffee, I got a banana out, put my almond milk in the coffee, and then ready to go, and then looked at the charging area, at the charger, and said, oh, you're ready to continue. So I got a little percent over, 2% over or so, and now I'm continuing to drive. That was the last quick supercharger. I talked to some guys there. There was one supercharger. I have to put the photo in. All cars white in the supercharger. Must be a very common color. One piece now it's coming here in the western Texas desert. Where I have not driven before, because I was always driving when the 10 splits in Texas into 20 and I-20 and I-10. And there where it splits, there is, it goes south towards San Antonio and north towards Dallas. So I always had to drive through Dallas when I'm going east. And this time I'm going south towards San Antonio. And he's gonna show you the split soon. Or I put it back in there. So here it comes. Fort Worth, I-20 and I-10. And we have to keep right. There is land as long as you can see just in front of Fort Stockton. And there are the first farmers here as well. Here on the left side. Some cows there. Farming. Yeah? That's what they do. Really long distance watching. Almost there. Exit is a mile away, and then we're going to the hotel and plug in on level 2 charging. Yeah, we arrived, and the first thing is go to your charging equipment and take the adapter out, because they only have a J7072. and plug this sucker in. Here we go. I hope that works. Called EV box. Okay. So okay, I checked in, and those suckers for this card, there's an RFID chip card, they're charging $10 for that. So make it worthwhile. And let's see if it's charging or not. Right, seems so. And then we can check out all our other stuff, and I give you a little statistic. Okay, a little statistics. We arrived here with 20% my pencil, or 21%. How should we arrive? With 15, okay. We are more cautious. We arrived at 7:45. That was much earlier. So here at 7:45. 7:45 is now. Let's just say it says 7:40 because we already checked in. So we made up 40 minutes. 40 minute better driving as Better Road Planner planned. So that's good. We are paying $10 and we are charging with... Here we go. It's kicking up. It's now... Wow, this is pretty unstable. 32 amp. 7 hours 50. So it's 8 o'clock, which will be 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm gonna leave at 6 o'clock in the morning. So it should be okay. Alright. We hope that the charger will keep going because it's pretty stringent there. Let's go to the statistics for the trip today. We drove 694 miles, 205 kilowatt hours, 295 watt per mile. That's quite a lot, but we drove pretty fast. We drove between 80 and 90, and yeah, whatever we could drive there, how fast we could drive, we tried that. Some distances were shorter, but we tried that. So tomorrow is another day, but first subscribe to the channel and thumbs up. And we're gonna see you tomorrow, and I have a surprise for the next day.